Hello and welcome to this Warno 1v1 game played on Eiche Duel as part of the FOB Tournament. We've got Cardinal playing as 19th Czech going up against Buffygum playing as 4th UK. So we'll go through the draft and then we'll get back to the game. Right, so this is the draft between Cardinal and Buffygum. We'll be covering game 2. So this is the FOB Arena playoffs. It is like the intermediate bracket, I think. It's not the upper bracket. I'm in the upper bracket. Or I got knocked out. Anyway, so the way this works is basically the host is the higher seed, and he gets a huge advantage in the playoff drafts. He gets to ban 3 maps and pick 2 maps, and his opponent gets to ban 1 map and pick 1 map. But you earn being a host by winning in the group stage. It's not a coin toss, but it is one-sided towards the host. It's really quite unpleasant. So, yeah, I mean, people always say, like, well, if you tell them to pick, if they don't pick meta, you say, why aren't you picking meta? And if they pick meta, then you say, well, that's not, you're picking meta. Well, I gotta say something, right? So, Cardinal picked Izura, which is a very imbalanced map, and picked 39Y. So I don't think that's a good idea, really, because Izura, if you get the bad side as 39Y, you're going to have a really rough time. So you need forward deployment in case you get the bad side. Does that make sense? Or you just play for the late game. It can work. Counter-picking Lufty Landy into Izura. I mean, the forward deployment on Lufty Landy isn't that great. Like, it's not a good pick, but neither's 4th Armoured and neither's 2nd Czech, so I get the impression that he's not, he's not playing sort of hyper-meta divs, right? Because Lufty Landy just ain't that great. That's weird. This was in the playoffs, so where's the... Oh no, I see. They've been integrated properly because in the drafter, the version I played, all the Lanjo ones were just at the bottom, but they've actually moved them. So the way they do it is in like pseudo alphabetical order. So it's like 5, 5, 56, 6. Do you see what I mean? It's a bit confusing, but once you get used to it, and then all the letter ones are at the end, right? So yeah, it's not really a good draft, but like, what am I supposed to say on Izura about, whoa, you're telling them off for playing meta. You're telling them off for not playing meta. It's called analysis, right? Something happens, you talk about how this can be improved, what can be different. So yeah, Lufty Landy, like 2nd Panzergren's still in the pool. Somehow. 2nd Panzergren's just a way better version of Lufty Landy. On Eiche, T72 div would be preferable, so yes, 19th Czech makes a lot of sense, because you just get into the middle on that hill and you just hit people at close range. 4th Armoured is like an ersatz T72 div, I believe that's how you say it. It's from Steel Division 2, and also real life. It's like a disheartened T72 div, so you'd be better off picking... gosh, what... even something like Brunette with the tanks in mid. But no, you want the armoured ones, really, so... 9th Panzer still in the pool. Most of the T72 divs got banned. 6Y ain't bad on that map. What else? Like, 1st Czech's better than 2nd Czech. Although that's for the Stoneware game. We're on about the... What should I have picked instead of 4th Armoured? 1st Armoured? That's obvious. Why didn't you pick 1st Armoured? It's the same, but better. Still got the Chieftains, and you get the Warrior Milans. Although, frankly, you want... like, 5th Panzer can work, but I think, like, 9th Panzer would have been good. Or even... 4th Mark got banned. Yeah, 94Y is not bad on that map. 1st Armoured ain't so bad. It's just that the Warriors don't really get a chance to fire their ATGMs in those close-range engagements, but with 4 armor, they can survive a tank gunshot a lot of the time. So they do. 2Y. 2Y is like the ultimate Eiche division. Everybody picks 2Y on Eiche. Because it gets the T... The point is, 2Y wants to play a narrow game, and Eiche really helps you do that. Because everybody just fights for the hill, and so you can get your Osas on that hill and so on. Yeah, 19th check's a good pick on Eiche. So let's have a look at the divisions. So we'll start with 4th Armoured. I do have a guide out on 4th Armoured. Like, the RT reworks come out, so I don't think these M107s are a good idea anymore. I think it'd probably be better to just get 4 of these. And then there's no point getting self-propelled mortars because they die just as easily as towed ones now, so you just get the towed one in the Saxon. It's the same thing with this, like, yeah, it can counter battery from 35 kilometers away and all this, or you could just have 4 of these near the middle of the map for roughly the same price and just have them on counter battery, because if this dies, you're screwed, and it's not like 100% survivable anymore where you shoot, move, shoot, move, shoot, move. It just doesn't work like that anymore because of the pack-up times. 2 cards of supply on Eiche. Don't know about that. But yeah, you're just trying to make the best of a bad situation here. You've picked a bad div. Oh, you always told him to pick... Anyway. I always go for the Chieftain Mark 9s because you get 4 more pen. You got to compare it at 1 there as well. You get 4 more pen. And the... What's going on here? Okay, right. 4 more pen, a little bit more range. But I understand getting the Mark 6s. Like, it might work. The thing with these AVRE 105s is that they're just there to soak. They're not there for damage, and so you actually want as many as you can get. Like, 1 vet, basically, instead of 2 vet. Well, you only lose 2, so I guess that's not a big deal. The Romor, you can 1 vet if you want, you don't have to. And then, yeah, Chieftains can work in the middle. Do you need this when this has exceptional optics? I wouldn't bother with this thing. Oh, it's got rockets on it. 12 rockets isn't enough to kill anything. This can survive a manpad hit and has better optics, so you want that. And, like, instead of this, with the exceptional... Because this also has exceptional optics. So you've already got exceptional optics. You could get the ferrets and send them around the sides. Or you could save 3 AP. I wouldn't do this. Like, what if you fuck it up? Probably get that in the Saxon. I'd get a card of the cheaper Hell Arms just to send around the side. I mean, to be honest, this is really bad, so maybe not. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about the AP. This, right? Why? So it costs more. Same payload. It's got 10% more ECM. Okay, fair enough. It's got 10% more ECM. Yeah, maybe it's worth it. This is obviously the one you should bring because it's too... Like, why do these cost the same when one of them is just clearly better? The one on the left should be cheaper, basically. At least 5 points cheaper, just to let people know. And then you're against tanks, right? So you can get this for the early game. I feel like you need it. I have a 4th UK guide. And the idea is... So instead of this, you bring this, because the whole point is in the early game, how do you kill helicopters as this div? Right? This can't kill them, so you need this anyway. So then you would get rid of that if you want, and then you could get, you know, more bombers for the tanks. Just an idea, given the matchup and so on. And then like this, so like if you get rid of this, you can get 2 more AP, which is not enough for more supply. Oh well, there you go. Then you would do that. Well, it's nice to have lots of Hell Arms, but if you got rid of that, then you could, because like you don't have enough infantry. Quite surprising given what div you're playing. So you got rid of that and got rid of this, so then you still got, you know, enough AA, but then you're probably going to get planed to death. Although 90th check doesn't have good planes, so you don't have to worry about that in this specific case. I wouldn't, you know, maybe not go into ranked with this. And then you can get, I don't know, you could get Milan 1s if you want, or you could just get some Terriers in the Saxons, or you could get second card of Assault Pioneers. This lot, I mean, Shock is better now, but just so you've got some spam. I bring 2 cards of Assault Pioneers, or at least I did the last time I played this div. Yeah, just so you've got something to spam out. Although it's not actually that cost effective, is it? Yeah. Oh, this is Cardinal playing as 19th Czech, a much more meta division. Oh, you can't call it meta. Sorry, I'll stop saying that now. So, yeah, yeah, this div makes sense on this map because you just drive the T72s are really good at closer ranges, which is what that hill is. If you throw a little bit of smoke around. In terms of the deck, I'll be honest, I don't really play it a huge amount. But yeah, this makes sense for the early game. 3 per card CV, 2 cards of supply with the Danners. Don't know about that. I mean, to be honest, this whole setup is a bit weird. Like, this is like different now. Like the Pram is now like auto. Like it's got like 18 ROF or something. So that I guess it makes sense to bring that. This is 2, and like it lost the vet, even though it's not the same as the other 203s and all this. So I guess these are for shooting and these are for counter battery, but like what's the advantage? Given that it doesn't matter because you can't move out the way in time, right? What's the point in paying 30 points more because of the transport and losing availability? Do you know what I mean? I mean, it is a little bit more survivable in that, you know, if you're far enough away, you can get out of the way in time and all this. But yeah, it's a lot of arty, and I don't know what the point of it all is. Like, so these do the same thing. So you only need one of those. And then this is like long range shooty, and this is for counter battery, I guess. So I guess it can work. I mean, what you're sacrificing something for this, right? Yeah, you could get ERPs and another rocket helo for that. Like this. Why do you not want this? I guess you got one, but so you know, this can still deal damage as a mortar, right? You don't need a separate one for, like, do you know what I mean? So this can be a counter battery, this can deal damage, this can be also deal damage, and so you don't really need this. And then that allows you to get 5 ERPs, which is super nice for the early games. But well, no recon helo, and then another one of these things, right? And you can even 2-vet this for the early game. Given that you had none before, I guess you don't need it, right? So yeah, you can 2-vet it. But yeah, you'd want a recon helo, really. Like, so you've got 8 recon infantry here. The ground surveillance radar you obviously need. The other one is kind of... Like, I understand why you have this, because it's special forces, and... Like, this is your cheap recon, this is your plentiful recon. It's like, oh, but this is also a cool unit. Like, yeah, it is. But you got enough of those, right? So maybe get the recon helo with the jammer trait, which is actually really useful on Eiche, because you're going to be, you know, there's going to be lots of arty going on that middle hill, and you'll be jamming it, and you can survive a man-pad hit, right, and all this. This is really useful. 2 cards of supply is a bit low for an Eiche fight. If we ran out of these. Zanisti could probably bring it 2 there, honestly, but... I don't know about these. People do like them. No grenade launcher squad. It's useful on Eiche, grenade launcher squad. Lots of tanks, including these at 2-vet. Makes sense for the early game. Do you prefer the Malyutka over the Conkers? I think this is crap, honestly. I only bring it when I have to. This is one of those things that it's like nice to have, but you can't afford to bring it, right? If that makes sense. Too much opportunity cost. So you'd rather bring a Strela 2 than an Igla in a helo. But you've got this for the early game. So you don't need those... Do you know what I mean? Like, because you don't have forward deployment, so you're worried about the early game. You can always open with 2 of these, so... Honestly, I'd just take the hit with the Igla, because you can bring that at 2-vet and get 6 of them. And it is way better. Right? But if you're going to bring this, at least bring that at 2-vet. Because, yeah, that's how you should compare them, really. 6-6. And the Igla's still a lot better. So, yeah. I'd go for the Igla and just put it with the helicopter problem. And, like, you can not sell these and then use them to scout and stuff. It's only got 4 HP. But that does weaken your early game, because this goes at 100 and this goes at 90. So that can be a problem, but... You'd probably want to open with at least 1 of these for the early game. So that's something to think about. Yeah, apart from that, I mean, it's all good, right? You spam T72s. Pram's kind of busted. It got some like weird buff where it's like 18 rounds a minute or something, but then this one isn't, because it's Like, apparently this has an autoloader inside it or something. So yeah, it's pretty crazy, this thing. But you got to watch out for the counter battery, but that's what this is for, so this gets counter batteried. So you got a lot of mortars and so on, but yeah, just got to watch it on the infantry. No grenade launcher squads, no MMG teams, so if it goes late, you're going to have a tough time. Like, it might even be worth like swapping this out. Because how many BMP2s do you need? They aren't that useful anymore. So that would become a BB, you know, because this is more cost effective than this, because it's got a better rocket launcher, right? So then you get rid of that one, and then you get the grenade launcher. Maybe, maybe. But you do have to make some tough choices. Okay. Do you need this? Maybe you do. But now you've got more helos. You've got 4 more helos now, including the recon helos. Do you still need this? I know it's like it's nice to have a bomber in case there's a breakthrough, but it's Eiche, so maybe not. And this is still like a cast craft. So, but if you got rid of this, then you'd get more infantry. So maybe you don't need the infantry, right? It's just some ideas. This is one of the only SPGs worth bringing. But oh yeah, you've not got any conkers. I didn't even notice. Suppose on Eiche you can do without them. Yeah, because as long as you got T-72s everywhere, I personally would be bringing the Conkers, the 2 Vet Conkers, instead of this rocket plane, but I don't play a lot of 19th Czech, so you don't have to listen to me. Anyway, let's get back to the game. Right, so with that out of the way, 4th UK, yeah. It's difficult to know what to say, right? Because, so, lots of people watch the channel, and I get contradictory opinions all the time. And one of the things people have accused me of, sort of, is that when somebody plays meta, I'm like, ooh, meta. And when somebody plays off meta, I'm like, ooh, off meta. Which, maybe that's a valid criticism. But basically, oh, meta, oh, off meta. So we'll see how it goes. I'm rooting for the 4th UK player, but I don't really see how he wins this. His opponent has such a huge advantage over him, it's not even funny. Yeah, the Chieftain Mark 9s lose to the T-72s, basically. As do the Chieftain Mark 11s, which cost a little bit less now. Like, they used to be like the same price and all this, but essentially, the T-72 is the king of close-range combat, you know, in terms of cost efficiency and stuff. I would like to see how these Mark 6.2s cope, though, because I never used to bring those, so I haven't played 4th UK in a while. Always so much to do, right? But, yeah. Anyway, looking at the deployments, got some shippers here. I'm not sure why he's unloading both of them there. Your opponent doesn't have airborne forward deployment, so neither do you. So you should get to the mid at the same time. Like, here's a nice building, and if you know you want the ground surveillance radar, because he's brought both. So the ground surveillance radar one should be, you know, here or there, so you can see, and then maybe the other one gets closer. But instead, he's just brought 2 of the same, and then 2 of the same here for Alpha, and then these guys. Just like, this unit's good, so when you unload this, you should shift path this over to here or something to make sure nobody gets around you. Because it's a good stealth, good optics, but no guns. There's no point keeping it here, it's not going to do anything for you. I suppose this BVP exceptional optics is covering that, so you can send the OT on a wild chase down here and try and get behind him and just spot things. Because obviously it can't shoot anything. Yeah, we got the CVs. You should open with 2 of these, really. Oh, why has he done that? Where's the other one? Yeah, you should open with 2 of those, really, because that's the reason you get the cheap one. Because one caps Charlie Alpha, the other one gets Foxtrot Echo, and then the Alpha one you use to cap Delta. Especially if you've got this, which you go in... Well, you're not, but... you can bring it this way, or you can bring it back, and you know, you want to park it in here or something, right? Otherwise you're going to be quite far behind. And then, yeah, a few T-72s, T-55s, BMP-1s. A bit all over the place, I guess, in this deployment. Sending a Jester all the way around the side. Like, both players are putting quite a lot on Alpha. Switching to the opponent's deployment, we see we've got a Javelin, In honestly, I wouldn't. This does not have twice the DPS of an FV432. I know it's like, oh, it's double. No, it's not like that. Not like the 4 times PKT on the helicopters, which does 4 times damage. This does about 33% more damage, so that's why it costs the same. It doesn't really matter. So you might as well bring that in the Saxon for the speed and so on. And yeah, Chieftain, 2 Motri Scouts, and a Spartan Scimitar. Like, that's a lot of investment for Alpha, because the whole point is the Delta's a +2, and this is a +1, and this is a +1.
I like money.
Jeremy T subscribed to the channel.
Thanks, Jeremy T. Yeah, so if this was a +1, these would obviously matter more, but because it's a +2, you can actually lose both of these, still have Delta, and still be on a neutral tick, and from the hill you can shoot out. So generally, people tend to only put like 1 unit on Alpha. It's just if your opponent puts nothing there, then you get it for free. So you always want to put at least 1 unit. And then it's like, oh yeah, but then what if he says a helicopter, and so on. So you can see where it goes. On the right, we got Motri Scouts. Right, this is a nice unit. The two double Sterling is a total pain in the neck, but yeah. And then G Team, this has exceptional optics, this Spyglass Scimitar. And then Milan 2 and the Milan Transport Sultan Machine Gun. And then for mid, we got double Motri Scouts, double Spyglass thingy, another Motri's Rifles, which is like the Scouts one, but cheaper and better, but doesn't have the, the recon ability. Striker, 3 AVREs, and a Rifles and a Tracked Rapier. So, I mean, like, what? It's not a good deployment, basically. I assume you might have open played or something as well. Basically, you'd want, like, 1 unit here, a Motri Scouts, right? So, and then you'd want, like, 1 AVRE 105, and as many Chieftains as you could afford in Delta, and then on Echo, they should, like, because there's nobody here, what if somebody comes down here? So, like, the Scimitar Spyglass, yeah, you could have there, and then, or the Motri Scouts, you unload this, and then send the Saxon there. The thing is, people can still get around this way, which is very annoying, even if you've got a unit here, so you do need to do something about that. So yeah, just small force here, big force here is the way to play it. Like, this is not good. So let's see what happens. Hello and welcome to this Warno 1v1 game played on Eiche Duel as part of the FOB Tournament. We've got Cardinal Sin playing as 19th Czech going up against Buffygum playing as 4th UK. So we'll go through the draft and then we'll get back to the game. Right, so with that out of the way, 4th UK, yeah. It's difficult to know what to say, right? Because so lots of people watch the channel and I get contradictory opinions all the time. And one of the things people have accused me of, sort of, is that when somebody plays meta, I'm like, ooh, meta. And when somebody plays off meta, I'm like, ooh, off meta. Which, maybe that's a valid criticism. But basically, ooh, meta, ooh, off meta. So we'll see how it goes. I'm rooting for the 4th UK player, but I don't really see how he wins this. His opponent has such a huge advantage over him, it's not even funny. Yeah, the Chieftain Mark 9s lose to the T-72s, basically. As do the Chieftain Mark 11s, which cost a little bit less now. Like, they used to be like the same price and all this, but essentially the T-72 is the king of close-range combat. In terms of cost efficiency and stuff. I would like to see how these Mark 6.2s cope, though. Because I never used to bring those, so I haven't played 4th UK in a while. Always so much to do, right? But yeah. Anyway, looking at the deployments, got some shippers here. I'm not sure why he's unloading both of them there. Your opponent doesn't have airborne forward deployment, so neither do you. So you should get to the mid at the same time. Like, here's a nice building. And if you want the ground surveillance radar, because he's brought both, so the ground surveillance radar one should be, here or there, so he can see, and then maybe the other one gets closer. But instead he's just brought 2 of the same, and then 2 of the same here for Alpha, and then these guys Just like this unit's good. So when you unload this, you should shift path this over to here or something to make sure nobody gets around you. Because it's a good stealth, good optics, but no guns. There's no point keeping it here. It's not going to do anything for you. I suppose this BVP exceptional optics is covering that, so you can send the OT on a wild chase down here and try and get behind him and just spot things. Because obviously it can't shoot anything. Yeah, we got the CVs. You should open with 2 of these, really. Oh, why has he done that? Where's the other one? Yeah, you should open with 2 of those, really, because that's the reason you get the cheap one. Because one caps Charlie Alpha, the other one gets Foxtrot Echo, and then the Alpha one you use to cap Delta. Especially if you've got this, which you go in... Well, you're not, but... you can bring it this way, or you can bring it back, and you know, you want to park it in here or something, right? Otherwise you're going to be quite far behind. And then, yeah, a few T-72s, T-55s, BMP-1s... A bit all over the place, I guess, in this deployment. Sending a Jester all the way around the side. Like, both players are putting quite a lot on Alpha. Switching to the opponent's deployment, we see we've got a Javelin in... Honestly, I wouldn't... This does not have twice the DPS of an FV432. I know it's like, oh, it's double. No, it's not like that. Not like the 4 times PKT on the helicopters, which does 4 times damage. This does about 33% more damage, so... that's why it costs the same, it doesn't really matter. So you might as well bring that in the Saxon for the speed and so on. And yeah, Chieftain, 2 Motri Scouts and a Spartan Scimitar. Like, that's a lot of investment for Alpha, because the whole point is the Delta's a +2, and this is a +1, and this is a +1.
I like money.
Jeremy T subscribed to the channel.
Thanks, Jeremy T. Yeah, so if this was a +1, these would obviously matter more, but because it's a +2, you can actually lose both of these, still have Delta, and still be on a neutral tick. And from the hill, you can shoot out. So generally, people tend to only put like 1 unit on Alpha. It's just if your opponent puts nothing there, then you get it for free. So you always want to put at least 1 unit. And then it's like, oh yeah, but then what if he says a helicopter, and you know, so on. So you can see where it goes. On the right, we got Motri Scouts, right? This is a nice unit. The 2 double Sterling is a total pain in the neck, but yeah. And then G Team, this has exceptional optics, this Spyglass Scimitar. And then Milan 2 and the Milan Transport Sultan Machine Gun. And then for mid, we got double Motri Scouts, double Spyglass thingy, another Motri's Rifles, which is like the Scouts one, but cheaper and better, but doesn't have the, you know, the recon ability. Striker, 3 AVREs, and a Rifles and a Tracked Rapier. So, I mean, like, what? It's not a good deployment, basically. I assume you'd like, you might have open played or something as well. Basically, you'd want like 1 unit here, a Motri Scouts, right? So, and then you'd want like 1 AVRE 105 and as many chieftains as you could afford in Delta. And then on Echo, they should, like, because there's nobody here. What if somebody comes down here? So, like the Scimitar Spyglass, yeah, you could have there, and then or the Motri Scouts, you unload this and then send the Saxon there. The thing is, people can still get around this way, which is very annoying, even if you've got a unit here. So, you do need to do something about that. So yeah, just small force here, big force here is the way to play it. Like, this is not good. So let's see what happens. Right, so they're off, and it's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners, generously joining the channel. Get their names on the screen, get the videos early, get members exclusive videos. They also get a Steam key for my game, Hurts Hero. If they, you know, they got a message on the Discord or whatever to claim the key. When you take out the membership, the instructions are there. It's, but yeah, I'm greatly privileged to have so many channel joiners. I mean, this is my sole source of income, and the longer this goes on, you know, the longer I don't have to get a job and be a real human being, right? It can be like Pinocchio or whatever, Peter Pan. So these can smoke, right? So he did end up sending this one here. Losing the Saxons is a problem. I mean, it's nicer to have them. That's 40 points gone. This isn't actually in cover, so you got to move it forward a little bit. But yeah, these would immediately get... the Motri Scouts would immediately get suppressed by the shippers. You see, the Spartan Scimitars are actually doing alright, but... Like, it's a lot of recon and not a lot of actual fighting power. And the Sterlings are actually firing here, so they might win, especially with the Saxon helping out and the Chieftain, right? But yeah, you see, like, so two, you know, T-72 and a T-55 are obviously going to absolutely destroy these 55-point tanks, and the Scimitars are getting no-scoped or whatever. So yeah, it's a difficult div to play. At least he might be able to clean these up if he chases them. He is chasing them, so that's good. And the Scimitar almost got the Jester, I guess. Like, so far, it looks like it's going well, but, like, this tank can kill all of this by itself, so it's not ideal. Oh, there goes one. Yeah. There's a mission in Call of Duty 2 where you play as the British tanks against the German tanks. And, you know, Czechoslovakia was obviously owned by Germany at the time, so it's the same. And you can't shoot them. You have to just like run at them, and you can hear everybody screaming over the radio as they die inside their tanks while you're charging the enemy because you've got like 2-pounder guns. Reminds me a lot of this. You know, just playing Britain and Warno reminds me of this. It's very sad, right? So yes, you've taken this, great. But this is a +2, so... And yeah, you would move this one forwards, maybe bring the MCT up here to help out, but generally, right, your plan now should be to smoke this and try not to die while you wait for actual tanks to show up to deal with the T-72s. And yeah, taking this is very, very important, because you see these dips here? At least he smoked. These dips, right, you can hide CVs in the dips. And so what you want to... If you take this, though, you can see the dip. And then if you take it on this side, you can see the dip. Not all of the dip, but almost all of the dip, right? And then you can RT the remainder of the dip or whatever. So buy the dip, as they say. Right. Number go up. So yeah, he's losing all these low squads here. All his opponent really has to do is just not feed, and he should eventually just win, because the T-72s will kill all the... He's buying 3 more Centurions. They're not T-55s, right? I've got a guide on the channel to 40 UK, right? You should watch that. It's very, very insightful. The only thing that's changed is the RT meta. You would probably bring the 105s now, although you don't get those, so maybe not. So yeah, if you see something like this coming, you get behind the buildings, you don't just lose all your guys. And then, like, where are the dark fires? You brought the upvetted dark fires. Do we not want to kill the... Guess not. Oh, you got it, you got it. That's good. So yeah, 40k is a tough gig. Basically, the chieftains are still... So that's in a good spot, actually. Because if he has it at the front, obviously these are going to shoot him. But if he has it at the back, this will drive in and he'll kill it, so... So you got to send forwards your own infantry, and this will beat that because it's special. It's the special forces equivalent, right? So it's going to win. So you'd have to get the Spartan around and get the MMG firing. I suppose he's coming forwards for you now, so maybe you can. Yeah. So he's used the LOS tool to determine, but you need to get this guy in cover as fast as possible. This can fire on the move, so just run straight in there. You see, it is winning. So, you know, blue's actually on the +1, but, it's like Gvozdika. Yeah, we talked about the RT in the deck review, right? So, you can reach your own conclusions and so on. Will he smoke? He will not smoke. He is dead. You know, maybe there's something to these 6-2s, because it's like it's 5 points more than a T-55, and it is better. It's worse against infantry, but and it's slower, which is a problem. But it's got smoke, and the gun I think is better. Actually, no, I think it's about the same. The range is the same. The AP is the same. The fire rate is lower, but the accuracy is higher, I think. The HE value is higher because it's higher caliber. So yeah, maybe they're not so great. I mean, obviously they're not going to kill So the whole point of the AVRE 105 is it tanks for your tanks that actually kill people, right? Because you can't kill this. It doesn't matter how many of them you buy, it's still going to kill you. So, you know, the whole point is it tanks for the other tanks. And that's kind of the idea behind it. Like, look, you're just getting hammered. Driving forwards and dying, buying the next load, driving forwards and dying, buying the next load. So, the KD at this point must be very, very bad. The trades are terrible. So that's why that was purchased, I guess. And look, you can see it because he is in the thing, just like we said. So basically, he should have like smoked here, and then he can kill everything here, and then you move the smoke back and you kill everything there, and you move the smoke back and you kill everything there. So it's how you do it. We spoke about these in the deck review as well. They're not really worth it, in my opinion. Do you get the regular Gazelle rockets as 4th UK? I don't think you do. But you should have the Jaguar rocket for sniping stuff, and then if the Chancellors, they have better optics and so on. But like this is, I know he's on a +1, but it's actually going terribly for him. You know, he's losing all his infantry.
I like money.
Lucky Nakarin subscribed to the channel.
It's very kind of you, thank you. And he's just not buying the right things. Like, if you want to kill this, you need Chieftain Mark 11s, your best tank. And you need to have the Centurions in front and some recon, right? And, like, those Darkfires, he brought two vet Darkfires, which is not really a good idea, but the idea behind that is I don't have to buy that much AA because it's at high vet. But he's not bought them, instead he's just using the Drat Rapiers. So now we see the kind of panic bomber. Right, hopefully the Cubs don't double hit this. Cub has hit it. Cub did not hit it twice, but that's gone for 9 minutes now. And it didn't get anything, right? It got a Strela. It's like 25 points or something. Yeah. So only 12 more of those and you've paid for yourself, right? So that could have been more tanks. It's still winnable, he just has to sort of wake up, but he's not adapting to what's happening here. Oh, they're killing my weak tanks, what should I do? I'll buy a Romor. You know, maybe some supply for all these 1 HP units. Nah. Yeah, you hate to see it, etc. Just waiting for some proper tanks to show up. Not sure what's going on there. He's bought an exceptional optics vehicle and just sort of left it in the base. He would need one here, because he doesn't have any recon, right? You know, for his tanks, because like this is still there, and it's just going to keep whacking him. Instead, he's focusing here, but you understand, right? This is a +1, this is a +2, so this is more important. And if you take this, let's say you get to here, you're in a very good spot. I mean, you can still theoretically lose the game. I have lost from that position before. But if you're here, then, you know, they can't reinforce down this road, they can't reinforce down this road, you come over here and take this zone, this is a +2, so... this is a poor investment of resources. So... yeah. And then, like, you know, at least Cardinal's trying to get around the side, so there's more of a defensive unit. Just to see. So, this does actually cost more. And it would have actually... look, the rate of fire is higher. This is not the exact same tank that I was referring to, but... you can see it's faster, and... you know, the aim time's going to be higher because it's at 2 there, and all this, so... yeah, it's one of those things where, like, you can see it going wrong, but you're powerless to stop it. I suppose I don't have the right personality to do Warno casts, right? Because, like, I really feel for this guy. He tried something new. It was obviously a terrible idea, but he's trying, right? He's trying something a bit different, right? And, picked 4th UK when 1st UK was still in the pool, right? And he's just getting hammered because, obviously, of course he is. His div sucks. So, yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, the main thing is the Chieftain should get cheaper because it's all about the soft stats but then currently Danish Centurions are overperforming. And and it's because they're like really bloody slow, but they're a little underpriced anyway. But yeah, the chieftains are slow and they have a low fire rate and they have terrible anti-infantry, but they're still priced like a tank that doesn't have all those problems. So yeah, now we're sending forwards the 1 HP guys so they can die. This has smoke. There you go. So yeah, it just depends, like, because Red can win this any time. He's just sort of not doing anything. But yeah, you just move in through here. These still get the crazy vet curve, which they probably shouldn't, frankly. Get 5 of them at 2 vet. And yeah, you can really see the difference in KD kicking in. The way you play 4th UK is you watch the 4th UK Pro Guide, and it explains it all to you, so I don't have to explain it to you. But while we're locked in this train cabin together as it hurtles off the cliff, I might as well explain it to you. So what you do is you don't send your 1 HP units forwards. Okay, he's realised. The point is sort of an early game aggression, right? So the chieftains are cheaper than this, and so you can... look, he's doing it. So this stops this from shooting at you, so you can use your tanks here without it dying. Smoke is very, very useful on the middle part of this map. It's nice to know people listen. Yeah, so the idea is that you do an early game aggression with the the Centurions backed by chieftains, and you just sort of slow roll them and constantly aggressively attrit one area, because something like these Mott rifles are actually quite cost efficient for 50 points. Like, this is one of the more cost efficient infantry in the game. Sadly, there are people trying to change that to make it fair. Oh my god, these people wind me up so much. This div sucks. Oh, we need to nerf it to make it fair. Yeah, but the div sucks. No, it needs to be fair. Do you have autism? It's gotta be fair, bros. Anyway. So, Red, what he needs to do now is move the smoke back here, right? Because it's not helping you anymore. Now you're just dying still, so you need to move the smoke back here, and then you can kill all this lot with your units. So, smoke is a double-edged sword, right? You can he's actually helping blue here, because now he's coming around and getting side shot by the Law 80s, right? Whereas if this wasn't here, and the swing strikers shooting them as they come around, so. And look how many units he just lost. That's his... And obviously it would be his fault anyway, but that's because of his smoke. So the smoke helped him get up to here, but then you gotta move it back here. So, like, the chieftains... He's bought the chieftains. There's still hope, guys. There's still hope. It's not over yet. There's still hope. So you see it's cheaper than the T-72. And you might, because people just like, whoa, pen high. Right, what matters is rate of fire. And this is 8 at 2 vet when it's not lost any cohesion. This is 8 all the time. The anti-infantry capability is very poor because it doesn't have a HMG, which does more damage than the tank guns. But look at that, Red, big throw. He updated his smoke, though. What I'd like to think is that as people watch more of my videos, my voice is just in their head saying, hey, you should smoke better. And it'd be great to use that for good. But did you see that, right? This dealt how much damage to this? This did not deal the same amount of damage back. So you need to smoke now, Joe. There you go. So the classic 3v1 with the Hell Arms, right? This guy has bad anti-helo. Yeah, the Hell Arms, they're coming in clutch. He's doing it. But yeah, it would be good to use that force for good, right? Remember to stay hydrated, right? You got to drink your water and do your exercise. That's the voice you should hear in your head. Occasionally I get pictures of like people like, haha, I'm watching Hippie in a university lecture. Don't do that. Do your fucking homework. So he's switching to Heiche. Heiche actually does something, so I mean he could kill this if a round landed on it, it would kill it at that HP. But yes, over here, blue is losing, so you need to just pull the Sultan out. Okay, he's done that. A lot of people have a big problem with that. I wonder if he'll buy those Max Vet Darkfires. What is going on here? This is the second time he's done that. He's just got units just sat here not doing anything. Yeah, weird. So, wow. Blue doing a bit better. He's actually decided to buy the tanks that actually do something, and it immediately paid off. Now we need some more infantry in mid. Okay, we're going for the bomber, just going for likely CV places, I guess? I mean, that's not a good idea. He's probably going to lose that Phantom. There's 2 Cubs there, so... Alright. Yeah, it would have been better to save those for like when he could actually see something. And maybe, you know, maybe put this on counter battery instead of just doing nothing. So there are now 4 artillery pieces hitting you, and this will eventually die. You can't leave it there. Hide it behind this. You've got this ground, sort of. I mean, obviously, everybody died, but... that had smoke. You're still trying to sort this out. Sort this out! Sort this out! Your div is not a wide playing div. You are 4th UK armoured. This ain't working. Sort this out. And, like, can he not see that? If he moves to here, he'd be able to see most of here, and then he could arty the remainder of it. He still thinks there's something there, even though he bombed it. Yeah. It's tough, right? Life is a tragedy to those who feel, and a comedy to those who think. Well, I feel, I guess. I feel. And right now I feel pain at watching this Sultan get hit by the arty again. Without any counter battery or anything. So, yeah. Don't know what to say, really. So yes, this is a much better bombing target, isn't it? But you know the Cubs are there, so why not do something about it instead of constantly running the gauntlet and hoping they don't hit you? Because sooner or later they will. Like, they should die now. No, never mind. So he's being trained, like Pavlov's dogs, to salivate every time his bomber comes off cooldown and just chuck it directly at 2 Cubs, because so far so good, they've not died yet. So yeah, smoke that and back it. Where's the other chieftain? This is a problem. You can't just sit there and die. I mean, you can, but you will die. What a horrible fight. Life is a tragedy to those who warnope, but a comedy to those who wino. If only you had 2 2-vet Darkfires in your deck that you haven't purchased the whole game. Typically also the Phantom should stay up on a holding pattern. We're flying over the Cubs again. Thankfully they've run out of ammo now. Where the fuck is that going? What the heck? That is weird. Yeah, that was odd. Yeah, it's just, this is not a div that attacks in 2 places at once. Your AA doesn't have it, your tanks are too slow, you just want to aggressively attrit. Right, now you want to smoke, or you're going to die. You've chosen death. Warno is a tragedy to those who play by UK Armored. So here we go again. This is the one from before. Instead of going for the Cubs that haven't moved the whole fucking game and keep shooting at him, he's going for the 20, it was like 45 point infantry unit. You can split the payload on these, but yeah, and then you'd get 2 bombing runs. I mean, this is obviously a big failure from Red, just not resupplying his Cubs, not moving them after they shoot. Like, this should be going for the arty. It's the same reason you should always target anti-air with your planes. You kill the thing that can kill you, so that you have freedom to operate. I mean, it works the same way in real life, right? Suppression of enemy air defenses is the first thing aircraft do. Otherwise, you fly in, you lose a load of planes, and then you have to say, oh, the Kuwaiti shot them, bro. The Kuwaiti shot all my F-15s. I couldn't lose anything to... The enemy's grossly stupid. I'll have $1.5 trillion for my military, please, to beat the incompetent enemy. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, you do suppression of enemy air defenses, right? You want to kill the things that can kill your things, so that you can continue to use your things. Right? This guy's got the right idea. Furthermore, you know, you want to be shooting on the road so that you can move out the way as fast as possible, because if this was on the road and it had fast passed, it wouldn't have to get out of the forest first, and that never would have hit it. Because of the... You know, I mean, he's still going to make it, but... You get the point. So, I mean, this is looking absolutely bloody terrible for Blue now. He's just fed too much. Too many mistakes. They've all added up. And now he's got no units left, and he's just sort of trickling them in. So, it's an unforgiving division, 4th UK. It's just a bad T-72 div. It's a lot better than it was, but... What happened there? I mean, they didn't move. Is he going to smoke, or just hope they don't hit him? Yeah. So now these are going to die. You can't get them out. There's no path out of this hill. You can't go down here. And Red's on the +2 now. But, like, why are we sneaking chieftains around the side of the map? It doesn't make any sense. It's a slow vehicle. It needs recon to do anything. It's, like, this is a cool idea. But, yeah, I mean, or you could push this +2 and, you know... Smacks of desperation, basically. He's already lost. He's already... I can't take it anymore. The pain is too much. Oh my goodness, he's just going to sit there and feed things in one at a time for the next 20 minutes. Oh, it's too painful to watch. Always sad to see 4th UK get played, because it always loses. And, yeah, it's hard, it's hard. So, yeah, he's just going to buy one more thing and run it down, buy one more thing and run it down. And all Red really has to do is, you know, secure his borders. Like, I'm not sure what's happening here. Opponent's probably going to get this in. Blue needs to move some AA up here, because, like, he could just send some helicopters, right? He's got this, for example. But he doesn't have a recon helo. So now we're smoking Bravo, apparently. What? Why not come sort this out? Why are you going here? I mean, it can be nice as like a distraction, but as you can see, it hasn't worked. So we need some AA here, right, for this push. We've got the smoke mortars, so he's going to smoke the corner and try and get in that way. I mean, obviously Red could still throw. The Cubs have their ammo back. Oh, he finally lost one of those planes. Yeah, the MiG-29 goes down. So, that's why you need the AA. I'm really surprised he never bought those dark fires, but like, look, there's 11 minutes left in this game. I just... As long as you're... And yeah, this is why you don't get the self-propelled ones. Spoke about that in the deck review. You certainly shouldn't be putting them together, because they're going to die anyway, so... you want the cheaper, more available one. That's interesting. But this is actually smoked, so it's not going to be able to... Oh, it's out of ammo anyway. So, yeah, just never dealing with these Cubs. This one's at 2 vet now. And, I mean, Red's really doing his best to throw, but... Blue threw too hard. So yeah, it's your choice what div you play. I mean, you can play 4th if you want. Just be aware that it's a very underwhelming division. It's not like totally useless. You can win with it, but there's just always a better option. Unless you can ban 50 divisions. There's no reason to play 4th UK. It's a shame, really, but yeah, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, right? I mean, we speak about French bias. Is that really a thing anymore? 5E's good still, 6E's good still, but then do Rhine 152 easy they are useless. So that new one looks really good with the not Leclercs. But yeah, I know it kind of looks closer than it is, right? Because it's like, oh, he's only on a +1, but like, just look at the units. I mean, red is throwing, but like blue just never has what he needs on the front line because by the time it shows up, whatever's there's dead, and he has to replace it, right? So now he's going to lose his infantry before the tanks show up and the anti-air and whatnot, and then he'll need more infantry. So he just never has the right units, and that's a big problem with attacking in multiple places at once with a division like this. He is actually on a +1 because of the CV shenanigans. It's actually closer than you might think. I mean, I'm not sure how red's lost so many units here. I suppose it's just the planes killing everything. Like, blue retook mid. What the flip? Is blue gonna win? I mean, he really shouldn't. The CV's coming in. But yeah, he's got the recon, so... Well, he couldn't get it because of the Cubs. Imagine if he did something about those. Oh, no, he got side shot. Yeah, it's hard, you know. I'm sorry for speeding it up, but honestly, watching 4th UK is just like it's physically painful for me, and the game really did seem like a foregone conclusion. Blue came back a little bit, but it was mainly just because red really I don't know what the fuck he was doing. Basically, he ran a bunch of guys into the open and died, and you know, some lucky plane RNG that these Cubs just keep missing. There you go, 6th time lucky there. So it's actually a bit closer than I thought it would be. But as you can see, blue has no units and red has yes units. So yeah, if you're 4th UK, you got to attack in the same. It was honestly not as one-sided as I thought it was, but it was pretty Jova. So rank 247, rank 265, so they're pretty evenly matched. Like, you see the KDs here. I guess Cardinal basically just couldn't shut it, you know, close it down. Shut it down. Yeah, if you're 4th UK, you need to attack in a narrow place. Like, you should have just ground the mid down and just play for kills for 30 minutes and push it at the end. It's basically like, well, play for kills for 20 minutes and slowly push in. Like, that's how you play 4th. But yeah, like, oh, so he did buy the Dark Fires. When was that killed? But yeah, you don't want to be 2-vetting your Dark Fires. So, and he did do some counter battery towards the end, but yeah, it was a tough game, man. I mean, you can play whatever you want, but you are making life harder for yourself. Anyway, I'll see you around. GG.